Hello, it's Holly with Ivy Cole Creations, and today I am working on a double page layout that involves 9 photos, and I wanted to get this down because this was the first trip that my kids and I took to the island on the ferry, and so these are just photos of us being on the ferry and being on the double-decker bus to go to the ferry. So I've created 2 pages, and I mat all my photos in black, and then I have this rainbow stripe paper, and I just basically created arrows or banners behind the photos. Now, I played with the layout of the photos for a while because I didn't know which ones I wanted in there, because I still have a whole pile of photos about us at the petting zoo, which is why we were going to the island in the first place. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to have on the double page layout, if I wanted to have all the photos of us at the petting zoo or just of the ferry itself. So what I did was I created the double page with the photos of us going on the ferry, and then I did a pocket page of all the photos of us at the petting zoo. So yeah, that's how that was my thought process anyway. I wanted to make sure that I documented them all, but I wanted to also make sure that they weren't disjointed and that they kind of told a story in a way you could follow easily. So I am just paper piecing, and this is what I do when I am trying to make banners. Unless I want to use the paper up, I usually paper piece the banners and things like that together, just so that I can do more banners in other places, etc., etc. So I wasn't sure how I wanted my 2-page to go because I'm not following a sketch or anything like that. So I always make sure to washi tape my pages together. That way I know exactly where things should line up and should sit. And so once I have my pages together, then I can really determine what I want things to look like. See, I'm just paper piecing the banner pieces together. I didn't have a big enough piece to go all the way from the top to the bottom, so I would have had to do it anyway, and I decided that I might be able to salvage that larger piece just by creating, or just by stretching this smaller piece that I cut into 3 pieces. This is a great way to use up your scraps, and also to use up something that you love but you want to stretch. So that's why it basically got put all the way across. These tree rings are from a Minte collection called Woodland, and I just fussy cut around the pink and cut it out so that I had a half a ring on each side. I also then placed some tree die cuts that I had along the bottom, and I put this one photo into a frame. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, or why I wanted to do frames, but I thought I would use them up because I have a bunch of wood grain ones. So I'm just gluing down the tree rings, and on the one side I covered it partially with the photos and the strip, and then on the other side I put in on top of the strip. So I really like the way that it they complement each other. One side looks similar to the other, but they're not the same. And I like that. Once I get everything glued down, I added my title, and I used, they kind of look like root beer float, but they are glittery, and they're a Michaels thicker, so they don't stick, of course. So I had to dig through them to try and find all the letters because they had all fallen off. And of course they've stuck to each other on the bottom. So I'm really glad that I was able to get all of these photos on here and still have a really fun look. It took me a while to figure out where I was going to put park, because if I put it on the left-hand page, it looked like Beacon Park Hill. And then if I put it in the middle, it was kind of covering the photos. So I finally figured on the bottom right-hand corner, and that is where it stayed. So I still had a bit of empty space under the June 10th date, and it was bugging me. So I added a little frame, and then I just glued the frame onto some white paper to give me a journaling spot. And then I just added my journaling, and I added some black brads to kind of make it blend a little bit better, and also not make those holes so obvious. The still shots and close-ups will be coming up in a moment, so thank you so much for spending your time with me. I truly appreciate it. I do read every comment and try to reply to everyone, so please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you.